Hey guys, Churchy here. So this is the third and final episode of my Skyrim Like a Boss series, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to enjoy the rewards of the work you've put in over the last two episodes. By the end of today's video, you'll be wearing a full set of very powerful armor and be wielding a very mighty weapon. More importantly though, you'll be set up to easily earn an endless supply of level ups and the perk points that comes with that. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is grab a few perks. You should have plenty of perk points saved up from the work you did in the previous episodes. On the alchemy tree, max out the alchemist perk and grab the benefactor perk. On the enchanting tree, make sure you max the enchanter perk and grab insightful enchanter, corpus enchanter, and the extra effect perks. On the smithing tree, invest perks until you have the Daedric smithing perk, or just get whichever perks you need to make the type of armor you want to use. Next, we want to craft a few items that we're going to enchant in a few minutes. You'll need at least 4 head slot items, 3 chest slot items, 3 hand slot items, 1 feet slot item. I'm just crafting some iron armor to use for these slots. You'll also need 4 amulets and 4 rings. A quick way to get plenty of rings and amulets is to pop by Madesi's store in Riften. Next, we'll gather the ingredients we need to make some fortify smithing and fortify enchanting potions. You need some glowing mushrooms and blisterwort for the fortify smithing potions, and blue butterfly wings and snowberries for the fortify enchanting potions. A fast way to get a nice supply of glowing mushrooms is to make a quick expedition to Shimmer Mist Cave, which is northeast of Whiterun. You only need to sweep through the first area of the cave system and can run past the enemies. To get blisterwort, just visit Arcadia's Cauldron. She is guaranteed to have some in her inventory every time it resets. You can find plenty of blue butterfly wings in the tundra around Whiterun. Snowberries are all over the snowy regions of Skyrim. A quick way to get a few is to travel to Windhelm Stables. There are about 6 snowberry bushes on the road near the stables. You can also try your luck with the alchemists around Skyrim to get these ingredients. A quick note here that the next part of this process will be faster if you've built the alchemy lab and enchanter's table at your manor home. Now that we've gathered our ingredients, the next thing we want to do is make a few fortify enchanting potions. Make about 4. Next, we'll head over to the enchanter's table. Now's a good time to disenchant some items and learn their enchantments if you haven't already. If you followed the previous video, you should at least have the fortify alteration, fortify alchemy, and fortify smithing enchantments. You'll also want to make sure that you have the fortify illusion enchantment. Next, drink one of the fortify enchanting potions you just made. Now quickly go into the enchanting menu and enchant an item with the fortify alchemy enchantment. You'll be able to apply this enchantment to a head slot and hand slot item and an amulet and ring, giving you a total of 4 pieces of gear with the fortify alchemy enchantment. Make sure you're still under the effects of the fortify enchanting potions while enchanting this gear. The potion's effects don't last long, so be aware of that. Now equip the fortify alchemy gear you've made and head back to the alchemy lab. Make some more fortify enchanting potions. They should have a stronger effect now. Now, back to the enchanter's table, drink one of the new potions you've made, and make another set of fortify alchemy gear. This new set of fortify alchemy gear will have a more powerful fortify alchemy effect. In Skyrim Special Edition, the fortify alchemy enchantment seems to cap at 29%, and the fortify enchanting potions seem to cap at 32%. There are some ways to push past this cap, but we don't really need to worry about it. So feel free to use the alchemy enchanting loop we just used to create potions and enchant gear until you hit the cap. Now that you've hit the alchemy and enchanting caps, enchant a set of items with the fortify smithing effect. This enchantment can be applied to a chest slot item, hand slot item, and an amulet and ring, for a total of 4 pieces of fortify smithing gear. Next, we'll make a set of fortify alteration plus fortify illusion gear, placing both enchantments on the same items as they share the same enchanting slots. You'll need a head slot item, chest slot item, and an amulet and ring. This will give you a total of 4 items that share both the fortify alteration and fortify illusion enchantments. Now it's time to go to your nearest anvil and make the set of armor and weapons you want to wear while adventuring. You're going to throw your favorite enchantments on these items. I've chosen to make Daedric armor and a Daedric warhammer. If you want Daedric armor quickly, buy ebony ingots from blacksmiths and Daedra hearts from Enthea at the College of Winterhold. He will always have some in stock. You can also sometimes buy Daedra hearts in the alchemist shops around Skyrim. Now that you've crafted the gear you'll use for adventuring, make sure your Fortify alchemy gear is equipped and head to your nearest alchemy lab. Make some Fortify smithing potions by combining blisterwort with glowing mushrooms. Now, head to your nearest workbench and grindstone. Make sure you've now equipped your Fortify smithing gear, drink a Fortify smithing potion, and then use the workbench and grindstone to improve your gear. You now have a set of armor that will easily hit the armor rating cap once you invest some perks into the appropriate skill, and a weapon that is going to do some serious damage. The damage you deal is going to get even more ridiculous once we enchant the gear. But first, we have a couple more things we have to do to achieve unlimited power. Before you continue any further, you'll want to make sure you have a quick chat with the same mate from the last episode, who now seems to have developed a sixth sense for when you are working on videos. Now that that's out of the way, head up to Dragon's Reach and buy the Muffle spell from Farengar. Make sure you learn the spell and equip your Fortify Alteration and Illusion gear. Stop by the Standing Stones and select the Mage Stone. Now make your way to Kynesgrove, just south of Windhelm, and enter the Braidwood Inn. Have a quick nap, and then find Dravnia, the Stoneweaver. She'll be able to train your alteration skill. Now, train your alteration skill and level yourself up by casting Muffle. If you've got the right gear equipped, you won't need to use any Magicka to cast it. Once you level up, train alteration again, and continue this loop until you get your alteration skill to 40. Now head over to Mistveil Keep in Riften and find Willandria. Buy the telekinesis spell off her. If she has the detect life spell, buy that too. If not, then use the telekinesis spell to get your alteration skill to 50, and then buy the detect life spell from her. Since your gear is making your alteration spells cost 100% less to cast, you can channel the telekinesis and detect life spells forever. And taking advantage of the Mage Stone and Well Rested bonus, you can channel both of them at the same time to very rapidly level your alteration skill to 100, and then make it a legendary skill, and repeat the process. You now have a way to endlessly gain levels and earn perk points. A good strategy is to train up another skill while you level up alteration. Now to finish up, it's time to enchant your adventuring gear. Make sure you apply 2 enchantments on each piece of gear. I've chosen the Fortify two-handed enchantment, but you can use whichever Fortify weapon damage enchantment you'd like. Just make sure you apply the enchantment to all 4 pieces of gear it can be applied to, and also make sure that the second enchantment you place on your ring and amulet is the Resist Magic enchantment. If you combine the Resist Magic effect granted to you by your ring and amulet with the effects granted by the Atronach Standing Stone, you'll be at or close to 100% magic resistance. You can find the Atronach Stone northwest of Riften. Choose whatever you'd like for the rest of the enchantments. And now, here we are, at the end of my Skyrim Like a Boss series. You've done it, you've become a god. You've got a set of gear that's making you deal a massive amount of damage, and that's only going to get more crazy as you get more perks into your chosen weapon skill. You've got an armor rating that will easily reach the game's armor rating cap once you've invested a few perk points into your chosen armor skill. You've got a way to endlessly gain levels and earn perk points. You've maxed out all your crafting skills, and you've got a way to endlessly generate gold. And at the end of this entire process, my playtime is currently only at 5 hours and 40 minutes, but I've been recording footage for this video series, and I've also made a few silly mistakes along the way. I think with a bit of work and optimization, you could easily do the entire process I've covered in this video series in 2 or 3 hours. And yes, I've used the quick save hit merchant quick load exploit, but beyond saving time, that doesn't impact gameplay. And if you want to do this strategy without exploits, you still can very easily. Just travel from merchant to merchant in a trade route that will pass enough time to reset their inventories, or just hit T and wait. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video series, and I hope the information I've presented has been useful in some way. Have a good day or night, whichever it may be. Get out there and play Skyrim like a boss, and I'll see you in the next video.